Hi everyone, this is Meg. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to be doing a makeup tutorial featuring one of my favorite foundations, which is my Revlon Colorstay. And I'm just going to do a simple eye with just a clean black liner and then a pop of color on my lips, which I don't... Okay, so first what I did to get started was just obviously wash my face, did my lotion, and now I'm going to put my primer on. Today I'm just going to be using this Primed and Pore-less from Too Faced. Just a little bit on my fingers and just concentrate that where I have larger pores, on my nose and my forehead. Is the Revlon Colorstay 24 Hour, and this is normal to dry skin in 220 natural beige. I typically use my beauty blender with this because I like to shear it down. If I use a brush, I always spray my brush with Fix Plus and then put this on. I just find that to put it on dry is a little bit too full coverage for me. I do have dry skin, so it can be a little bit much. So I just kind of put it on my beauty blender like that, and then I'm just going to start on my cheeks because that's where I need the most coverage. I'm just going to start bouncing that into my skin and then work my way towards the center of my face. So for my concealer, I'm going to be using this MAC Select Cover Up. So I'm going to use about that much, just a tiny bit. Pop that right under the corners of my eyes. So you definitely just want to make sure you get that inner corner with your concealer. That way it helps make your eye look wider awake and more open. So next I'm going to take my Studio Fix powder in NW20 and just set my under eye concealer. And then with this stippling brush, I'm going to take NW25 and just lightly set the outsides of my face. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Bahama Mama bronzer from the Balm with just a little angled fluffy white brush and just put this on the contours of my face. I'm gonna do is take this big fluffy brush and my Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer in Ticket to Brazil and just dab a tiny bit of this, shake it off, and then I'm just gonna pop a little bit of this on the cheekbones and the forehead. Okay, then I'm just going to go in with this brush and just make sure that my bronzer is all blended. For blush, I am using this little MAC 109 brush, which is one of my favorite blush brushes. And I am going to use a combination of this color and this color up here. When I do kind of lighter pinky colors like this, I like to get it right on the apple of my cheek. I know sometimes if I'm using a darker color, I'll start at the back and work my way down. But for these rosy kind of peachy or rosy pink colors, I like to start at the bottom. Okay, so for highlight, I'm using my all-time favorite, and it has definitely seen better days. It's my Mary Luminizer from the Balm. I'm just gonna pat that onto my cheekbone. So now what I'm gonna do is go back to my beauty blender, which is still kind of damp, and I'm just gonna tap back over to make sure that I don't have that harsh powdery look. So to start off, I'm going to be using my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I like this one a lot. It's my favorite. It doesn't feel greasy. Okay, so now for my color that I'm putting all over, I'm just going to use this, which came in this little pack called Caviar Dreams, and it's Brulee. I'm just going to be using this Sigma Fluffy large kind of paddle brush, just so I can cover most of my eye at one time. Same color as my skin. If you don't have Brulee, you can always use your face powder. Like my NW20, I could easily replace with this, so you don't need to go out and buy kind of a flat color like that. If you have a face powder, you can totally use that, and I do that all the time. If I'm in a rush and I don't feel like using a million products, I'll just use my face powder and then whatever bronzer I'm using, or even my eyebrow powder, and put that in the crease. And it's like a really good easy way to kind of minimalize the products that you're using. I'm going to be using this flat brush. I'll actually go ahead and show you with my Bahama Mama. Tap that off. And I'm just going to put that in the crease. Okay, next I'm going to do my brows. I'm using my Benefit little brow kit, like I always do. Just comb them. And then I use my MAC little angled brush, which is my favorite. And I just dip it into the wax, into the powder, tap it off, and then start from underneath my brow. So I'll just go over it with my spoolie to lighten it, kind of blend the colors with my hair, and remove any little clumps you might have. Then I'm just going to go in with this little tiny concealer brush and my MAC Studio Sculpt concealer. You can use any concealer to do this, it doesn't matter. This one just happens to be my favorite, and I find that it stays all day. Go back in with Brulee and use that as my brow bone color just to set the concealer. Give a quick blend with no additional product. And then I'm going to do my other side and then I'll be back. Okay, so now that I have both of my eyebrows done, I'm going to use my Black Track Gel Liner from MAC and this little Tarte eyeliner brush. I'm just going to take my Demi Wispies, my black eyelash glue. Okay, so for my lashes, I like to place them in the middle and then drag the outer corner and then the inner corner where I want it. Okay, so now that both my lashes are on, I am just going to go in with a small pencil brush and my Mary Luminizer again. And I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of this on the tear duct. Okay, so then I'll assess and see if I want to do anything else under the eye, and I'm going to add a little bit of my Touche Eclat, and this is in number 1. And I'm just going to pop this right kind of where it seems a little bit dark underneath the bags of my eyes. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of this right in there. And this product is designed to reflect light, so if you can, try to avoid putting powder on top of it, because then you're kind of counteracting what it's supposed to do. And when I did work at the YSL counter, I found a lot of people tried to use this as just their main source of concealer and were wondering why they still had kind of like that bluish undertone. Personally, for me, I find this is best just as kind of a finishing touch right either underneath your eyes or down the bridge of your nose. It's an amazing liquid highlighter. And then I'm going to put a little bit on my lower lashes, just so that it doesn't look too naked under there because I didn't put any eyeshadow. Okay, so there you have the eyes done, just really simple, and then you can kind of do whatever you want with the lips. First, what I'm going to do is just do a nude lip so you can see what it looks like with that. And I'm going to use the YSL Rouge Volupté number 1. So that's just a really simple look that you could do with a nude lipstick. This is one of my favorite colors. I love it. It's so pretty. Okay, so now for the bold color. I'm first going to use a lip liner. The one that I bought with Rebel, let me show you the color first, is just this really pretty berry color. And it looks darker in the tube than it actually is. It's pretty bright, kind of like a bright purpley color. In the tube it seems a little bit like more vampy, and you can wear it either way. If you don't use the lip liner that I'm going to show you, it'll be kind of just this really pretty pop of berry. And that's what it looks like. So it's just a little bit darker. It's the perfect combination to go with this. If you don't feel like spending a lot on this lip liner, if I would have seen this first, I probably would have just bought this, which was the Jordana Easy Liner for Lips in Cabernet. I mean, these are like spot on identical. The nice thing about this, I think this was like $2 or something insanely cheap. It twists up, you don't have to sharpen it. So I don't know, for me, lip liners, I like having them to match my lipsticks, but I don't use them enough to like justify spending however much this was, like $14 or something. I'm going to use this one because I did buy it to go with the color. So I'm going to start at the bottom and then work my way to the top. Careful when you're lining your lips with a dark color. For me, this is like the trickiest thing about makeup, especially on other people. I just like can't take it seriously, and then I end up getting it all over. But you just need to go slow and take your time and make sure you practice. Like, don't whip this out on like your bachelorette party night or your 21st birthday or like something like that and try and do a bold lip. Practice before That way it's not like all over your face, you're looking a mess, and it messes up your whole foundation. So you can use this to clean up any little mistakes. So I'm just going to do that around the bottom. I'm going to go ahead in with Rebel and just top that off. So now you could either just leave it like this, or you could top it with a gloss. I have this Smashbox Little Gloss in Tease, which would be pretty. It's kind of in that same berry family. It's just going to give a little bit more shine. Or you could top it with this, I don't know if they still make these golden glosses, YSL, but this color is amazing. And it just has a little bit of iridescent. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of this number 41 on the center of my lip. Okay, so there you can see is the finished look. I love this color. I think that it makes, especially, I feel like it makes my blue eyes really pop. Especially keeping kind of the face and everything else really minimal, and just doing a lash, a bold liner, make sure your eyebrows are filled in. And it's just a fun way to do something different with your makeup and experiment with those colors. You don't need to go and spend, you know, all this money on expensive makeup. The drugstore has a bunch of great options that you guys can use. I know Revlon does really good lips. Even just like Wet n Wild, I have a couple of theirs. And the Jordana lip liners are amazing. So if you don't feel like investing in, you know, MAC or YSL or anything like that, definitely check out your local drugstores and give it a try. It's fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and like the pop of color. This is a great option, you know, if you don't want to do like a red or a pink, you're kind of not that type of girl, that's not really your style. You can make this as berry toned or as vampy as you want, depending on what lip liner, or if you don't use one at all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!